Alright guys, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about the Secret Lair Spooky Drop 2023 and is it worth it? This is going to be a real quick one, so hopefully we can get through this pace pretty quickly. So without further ado, let's get into this first Lair drop. This first one is the Princess Bride. It comes with Sisay Weatherlight Chaplain, Silence, Battle of Wits, Brawl's Chief of Compliance, Packrat, Finn the Fangbear, Brian's Stout Arm, Samut, Voice of Dissent, and Marcheses of the Black Rose. The current market price of each of those is about $16 total. You can see the values as I listed there in the middle of the page. Net value, this Secret Lair is kind of a beating as far as value in the cards itself at about $13. Once again, if you do enjoy the art or you do enjoy the IP of the Princess Bride, I highly recommend getting that. However, if you are looking for the value of the cards and the reprints, I would suggest maybe passing on this one. Let's move on to the next one, which is the Doctor Who Dalek Lands, which conceal Courtyard, Spire Bluff Canal, Blooming Marsh, Inspiring Vantage, and Botanical Sanctum. This one is about $30 and it costs about $30. So if you like the art and if you like the theme of having Dalek lands and you want to build your collection of lands, this is a good alternative to have. These are all in a nice full art treatment, which I do appreciate. So without further ado, let's go to the next one. Doctor Who Angels. This one's a complete beating. Almost all of the value of these cards are within Binding Angel and Sublime Archangel, which totals $5 of total value on the secondary market, which means that the value here is minus $25. I do not find it hard to recommend this Secret Lair if you really appreciate the art or if you're building an angel deck and these are the coolest arts. Obviously buy it. However, for financial value, this is not one of the best ones. And you'll see in the bundles how bad this set actually is. Evil Dead is next. And this one has Pure Steel Paladin, Vanquish the Horde, Zombie Apocalypse, Verena Lich Queen, Field of the Dead, and a Zombie Token. All of the value in this set is in the Field of the Dead, where the remaining value is pretty much zero for all the other cards except for Vanquish the Horde and Pure Steel Paladin. It's about $30 though, when you consider all of that. The art is really sick, and if you really like Evil Dead and you have a big nostalgia for that sort of old school horror, I will probably end up picking this up just because literally like the zombie token and Field of the Dead is like really sweet. The rest of it is just kind of icing on top for me. So it's a pretty close value, and hopefully if you enjoy the art or the style, these are good cards for you. But if they're not, this is it's okay value. And Field of the Dead does go into every single deck, and this is the only extended art treatment of that card, so just be aware of this. Creepshow is the next one, and this one is basically all zombies with Unholy Grotto, which is a really sweet land, a Zombie Master, Noxious Ghoul, Grimgrin, Corpseborn, and Death Baron. This one has a total value of $23, which is a net loss of about $6 or $7, depending on how you calculate it and the day prices on TCG Player. I am definitely getting this just because I have a zombie deck. However, the value's pretty medium, to say the least. It is a really cool Secret Lair, and I really appreciate these sort of like crazy arts for my commander decks. And if you appreciate this style of art or this kind of cool, like, pulpy fiction art, then I suggest you get it. But if that's not your thing and value is your thing, then maybe consider other Secret Lairs. Specifically, this one, the John Avon Artist Collection with Emrakul the Promised Land, Sarah Angel, Brainstorm, and Progenitus. Now, this Secret Lair is basically the entire value of it is in Emrakul the Promised End, which is currently sitting at about $50, and the Secret Lair will run you about $30. Expect the Secret Lair copies of this Emrakul to not be $50 when they hit the open market, but it is still a really good deal from financial value. And I would have to say that the Sarah Angel is actually a painting of John Avon's late wife, which I think is a very heartwarming touch. And I do have to mention that the Brainstorm art is really amazing on this set. So if you do like that sort of stuff, and the values here is good, the art's good. I personally really like alternative frames with my Secret Lairs, but this is a really cool one overall. So let's get into the bundles. So the Cards and Costume non-foil bundle, which is just John Avon, the Princess Bride, and a land set, uh, ends up netting you about $2 or so in value, where the which is as a total cost of about $75 or so. It's a pretty good value. You actually get positive value, and that's purely because of the John Avon and purely because of the Emrakul. So just keep in mind when you're purchasing it that the Emrakul might go down in price. The Fill My Cauldron with Doctor Who bundle, which includes the Dalek lands, Weeping Angel, and something else, I believe. I think it has one of the lands. Don't quote me on that. I included the lands at 0 value just because they're basic lands. If you like them, buy them. If you don't, right? Um, anyway, the net value of that is net $46 on, over $100 purchase for $111. So I would probably think about staying away from it just because it's not necessarily a very good price, and the Weeping Angels is just such a poor value that it's hard for me to justify. Now, the Fill My Cauldron with non-foils bundle. This has the Creepshow, Doctor Who, the Dalek Lands, the Weeping Angels, the Princess Bride, and John Avon. Now, what's really holding this set back is the Weeping Angels having almost no value. However, if you do appreciate and you want basically like a free Weeping Angels with 4 other secret layers, as well as a land pack, this is actually not a bad proposition if you specifically want the art and the angels. Otherwise, I think it's better to buy the individual sets. So, wrapping up this video, I am probably going to buy the Creepshow and the Dalek Lands just because of the value and to avoid the shipping fees, because as soon as you breach over $75, you get free shipping, and shipping is like about $10. So I think that this is pretty valuable in that respect. I might also pick up the Evil Dead one just because I want the Field of the Dead, which is really cool. Also, the zombie token's really cool looking. So that's what I'm looking for. If I would recommend staying away from the Angel Secret Lair, even in the bundles, purely because the value is just really not there and doesn't really exist. And the final conclusion point is the Emrakul of the Promised End. When we see a lot of these like high value cards that end up in secret layers, they do see another reprint. They have seen another reprint in subsequent sets that have yet to be released. So I would be cautious about buying it just if you want Emrakul. If you really like the art, obviously buy it. However, if you want a $30 Emrakul and you want to play it now, I also recommend that because there is value to your time. You do not get every weekend because once a weekend passed, it is spent. So if you want to play with that sooner rather than later, then I recommend buying it. If you want to wait and see if another reprint hits the floor, that's another good option. However, $30 for this card is probably one of the best values that you'll see in a long time. I hope you enjoyed this video. This was a very quick one, just evaluating a quick secret lair. And if you like that, please like, comment, subscribe, and then please, if you want more other like kind of financial MTG news, please check out my other videos. And I hope you have a good time.